Hey everybody, this is James again. Welcome back to my Dark Souls gameplay videos. Today I'm just gonna clear out New Londo ruins. So here we go. Also, I forgot to do the extra things in Inner Londo that I was supposed to do. So, I will probably do it in the next video. Even though the next video is serious business. Including but not limited to fighting Sif and Four Kings. I will probably just, kill Sif and Four Kings. I might do like a mixed up optional video next, and just have two in a row. That sounds good, cause I would kind of like to join the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant. Or at least get the gesture. Praise the sun. But here I am fighting ghosts. And, I've been through this area so many times that my technique is nearly flawless, but at the same time, it's always harder the first time through, and I don't really know that much about I don't know. My gameplay has suffered from being away from this game for a while. This lever doesn't work, so I don't pull it. I'll pull it later. These ghosts are complete pushovers. They die in 2 hits to weak weapons. Or at least plus 10 weak weapons. Plus 15 weak weapons. Pretty sure a maxed out bandit knife kills them in 2 hits. This at plus 15 would kill them in 1 hit. And there's a little ghost in the wall, and my parrying dagger. I might make use of that, just for appearance's sake, or if I want to play around as Launcher. And the reason I switched to Gold Serpent Ring here is because there's a chance that red-eyed screaming ghost would drop Ghost Blade, which is incredibly rare, and I've never found one. I've only found Jagged Ghost Blade. I would really like a chance to use Ghost Blade someday. It's one of the cooler looking weapons, and it doesn't have a sheath. Now this part, you just need to haul ass through, run as fast as you can, and only 1 or 2 ghosts will hit you if you're going strong. However, there are at least 6 ghosts here, as you can plainly see. That rolling attack's pretty good. I actually like this weapon a lot more than I used to. I didn't used to use dex weapons like at all. Or wall ghosts. And that's all. Grain titty. Kill this bitch. Screaming ones shoot lightning if you let them, so I like to avoid getting hit if at all possible. Furthermore, I like exploring, so here I go. I think I cover this entire area by the time I'm done. Cursed by a ring. Pointless defense against worst stat effect in the game. It pretty much never hits you unless you stand still in it, and there's only two sources of curse. The only threatening one is Seath, and you kill him once and it's gone. On the other hand, basilisks are not very hard to fight and don't curse you at all. They curse you like only if you stand still and don't attack for 20 seconds straight. Up the ladder. I go.
Well, this is a surprise.
And here is this guy. I forget his name.
Very impressive. I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the four kings whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal. The
What is this guy?
Number in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates.
I can't remember.
And do not forget, the dark wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorius traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn.
All I remember is that he's a sealer,
the Abyss,
but that should be obvious from looking at him. He's just some guy who sits here and does nothing. And double take back up the ladder because I feel like buying shit from him and talking to him all of a sudden.
Hello, the key to the seal is now in your hands. I will
And,
possible.
I still don't remember his name. Ingward, that's it.
Sacrificed to contain the dark wraiths. Mark my words. The dark wraiths are the enemies of man and any living thing.
But I'm a dark wraith.
They were never meant.
I'm gonna fuck this guy when I become a dark wraith. Maybe. If I feel like it. I probably won't, because there's no reason, really. I've already gotten the key off of him, there's nothing more I can do, really. And even if I were a dark wraith, I wouldn't be one of these corrupted ass dark wraiths that they sealed away. I would be the Dark Lord, as chosen by Darkstalker Koth. apparently this helmet makes you bald. Go figure. And I just drop down here, run along. Come up here. And, if you recognize the scenery, that's the Valley of Drakes from episode 1. It's a pretty cool place. This is through the giant gate on the other end of the bridge in Valley of Drakes. And, yeah. And open the seal. Bada bitch. It's a lot of water. Water going down. And that's all for now. So just open this lever. Look how the camera twitches around when you open the lever from that angle. Shows how shitty this game's production is. But not really. This game's amazing. And Valley of Drakes is through that gate that I opened. And this is an enemy called a Dark Wraith. They're pretty spooky. They've got the skeleton masks. And I'm gonna go ahead and parry him. And, I made a mistake by hitting the button twice. So I didn't time it correctly the second time. I just hit it twice by accident. So here I am back in the Chamber of the Princess. I'm leaving. However, opening the seal makes that area a lot easier to traverse anyway, so it's not a big deal. Plus, my skin's red again. So, I'm Knuckles. Joy. Alright. I missed my roll, but I don't care because it's just nonsense I do anyway. And I realize I have a slab, so I'm happy about that. Slabs aren't that hard to farm though. Like, after recording this, I went through on my, Tarkus character to farm for slabs to upgrade my, Black Iron Shield, and I got a slab on, like, the first Dark Wraith I killed. So, they're rare enough that it takes a lot of runs sometimes, but not rare enough that it's something you never see, like Channeler's Trident or whatever. This is where I take the classic route. The path to the most important item. to sneak here, or else you'll run into that thing, which you'll see more of later. It's not really a formidable enemy or anything, but it's something you don't want to fight immediately. Instead, I'm going to run through here. And up here is probably the most important item in the game for most builds. The very large ember. It'll allow me to make my weapon plus 15 and my shield too. So that's pretty important. I think you can upgrade armor without any embers, but I'm not entirely sure on that. This guy sure likes to use his foot, and he finally uses the attack I can parry 100% of the time, once I'm out of the way and unable to parry it. And I can't get through the doorway, so this fight's gonna take a turn for the retarded in a minute here. Wisps from this thing keep blowing up on me. Come over here, bring this guy up. Apparently you can't backstab on a moving platform. Now he's up there. So I take this opportunity to take this thing out. And now he can come back down. But he can't get through the door without attacking. I apparently suck ass at parrying at this point, so I just backstab him for the final hit. Now there's another one in here. And I learned to parry, so I do it. And I don't quite kill him, but pretty good start. And he's now down. This nigga goes down. These guys are way too easy to backstab. There's a fog gate over here. I guess I just run through it this time. This guy's backstab friendly. Starts with his back on you. And I realized about 3/4 of the way through this that parries and ripostes and backstabs do no extra damage when you're two-handing your weapon. At least this weapon. Since there's no bonus for strength. to its damage. But, still, I like two-handing weapons before I backstab. It's pretty good practice for, just ensuring the riposte goes okay. It works in PvP too. Although sometimes I wait too long in PvP. I've had it lag and had someone be free of the parry before I tried to riposte. But it's whatever. And, normally I would just parry that move and kill this guy, but times have changed. So I parry the hardest move to parry. And I backstab for good measure. He's down for the count, but there's many more where he came from. And that item over there is something I'll get later. It's on top of a well, remember that. And this is a secret room that doesn't really have any rewards or anything. Other than an enemy and a somewhat pointless chest. I want him to charge me, but I'm probably gonna run up and kill him. Like that. So I think I'm begging for him to parry me at this point, because I like parrying. So I did it. I did it and I did it. And I want myself to do it. I got a dark hand, so I'm pretty cool now. I can use my dark hand as my shield. Or as my offhand weapon. Main hand. Secondary weapon. Whatever. They should make it so you can punch with your dark hand in your offhand. Or like steal life, humanity. They should make it steal life and humanity. It'd be a cool bonus. If there was like a decent lifesteal to it. I'm not talking like server or Smuff's Hammer lifesteal. I'm talking like actual, the entirety of the damage you deal is stolen back lifesteal. So it's just like a reduced 200 physical damage, and you get that back as life. I mean, it would be really strong, but you would have to get in really close to hit things with it at the same time. So, I think that would be a cool feature, personally. And this guy has a spear that goes like a mile away. He spits out a spear, and he also spits out blobs. And bleeding these guys is a great idea, because it does a bazinga billion basalt babolinga damage. And he speared me from all the way up there, somehow. Don't ask me how, I really don't know. Charge me! Fine. Get fucked. Backstab. Around the corner. There's the boss room. Around this corner. Don't try to parry that, apparently. But I parry that. And, yeah. Easy. Only one enemy left. And he's right here. If I had a better weapon, I would one-shot him with a jump attack at the start. Like a great sword or Zweihander. Or any ultra great sword for that matter. Correct red eye orbs, and I believe that's all that this place has. This path just leads back to this area. And because I remember this area now, I'm gonna grab a fun item. That is past these guys up this ladder. They're gonna hit me with electricity, but I'm just gonna shrug and grin and square it. And a red tearstone ring. I don't need to use Estus here because I'm just homeward boning, but you get the idea. And I have a bunch of chunks now, so I'm going to ascend my katana and level it as much as possible.
You mightily for that. Now, just leave the rest to me. Andre of Astora gets the job done. You shall see.
So, I learned a hurrah because it's an underused gesture, and it's kinda cool. I ascend Uchigatana. I should ascend Records Rapier, since I'm going back to get more chunks in a minute, but I didn't really think to. Probably wouldn't have made a difference if I had, but having both at plus 15 would be helpful towards my end goal. Well, having thought about it for a minute, I think what I'm gonna do for the next episode is farm more of these chunks and slabs, and I'm going to do the couple of things that I wanted to do in this episode that I forgot to, which is basically I just wanted to show you the things I forgot in Inner Londo, which there's only a couple things. A few. So, well, I one-shot these ghosts now, so obviously farming's gonna be a bit easier now for everything in the area. But yeah, this is gonna show my usual farming path for this area, so just sit back and watch, I suppose. Should really level my pyromancy up sometime. Just reminded myself with that status screen. My first chunk I might prefer heavier weapons for this that instant kill enemies, but I think my ripostes will one-shot when I max this weapon out, considering they almost do now. I'll probably upgrade my Crest shield next episode, since I can. These guys almost always do this attack when they run up here, so they're really easy to deal with. And a couple of one-shot kills after their riposte. My method for taking this place out is pretty solid. Like, this isn't just something that I'm doing incidentally. I've really been through here a lot. So, I don't know if this is the fastest path, but it's the one I'm most comfortable with now. Fucking kicks. If you saw a missed parry on the third, and an immediate parry after that will get the fourth. Not that that's really something I would advise doing, but it's something I happened to know. I wish this guy would charge me more. Very done. Well, not done, he has like one life. But he's a bitch. So you run through here. I like this path because you don't backtrack running over here and then back to the first area again. You come to this part last. And chunks. Should really buy Covenant of Artorias in the next episode also. I might prepare for killing Sif or something next episode. That sounds like a decent idea. And I might also farm gold pine resin. Ow. I'm getting wrecked by this foxy slunt. But he's gone. Oh. Grab a titty chunk. Grab some health. Grab some homeward boners. And that's... well, after I upgrade my weapon here, that's all I got to do. So... the weapon's pretty strong, honestly. Well, alright, I'll see you guys next time, probably. Until then, sayonara.